Hello, everyone. Erdtree here with more of the Elden Ring DLC. Shadow of the Erdtree. It's been fun. I've gotten to what I am assuming is the final boss. Uh, but I just spent a little bit of time rewatching all three trailers that they have released for it. And I have come to a completely unavoidable conclusion. I do not know where the guy who pulls his spine out through his neck or whatever is located. Also, I just come here to buy stones, I guess, after the end of the last session. I'm remembering that vaguely now. So, to kind of go over what I am referring to, really, two of those still. Um, let's just get up to two of each of these then. Excellent. It shows up in one of the loading screens as well. There's this location. It looks kind of like a wall in a swampy area or something, almost, that I just don't feel like I found at all, and I don't know where to look exactly for it. So, but there's a guy who, by all appearances, appears to like pull something out of his body. And I would like to locate Saint Trina. Okay. You know what? Let's upgrade Lettuce Sword. And I'd like to locate. Excuse me. This particular individual because I'm curious. Sometime I'll give Wing of a Cell. It's due. I'm not too big of a rush to upgrade that particular sword. Ooh, this fancy katana. What other weapons do I have in my... This one as well, the Spirit Glaive. This is smithing stones, which is what I expected. Just checking things. Lamenting Visage. That's regular smithing stones as well. I'm gonna need to put that away. You know what? Let's upgrade this Daikatana. I don't know. Like that, maybe. For those who don't get the joke, Daikatana is a okay, I could have sold a few of those. Daikatana is I really expect us to get one of these that is not. Anyway, but yes, Daikatana is a reference to a game by John Romero after he left id Software that was largely considered to be a train wreck. It's a very interesting game. With what I can only describe as a fascination with a big sword called a Daikatana. I don't know what to do with Saint Trina. Like Daikatana just this is literally Japanese for big sword. So having a great katana just makes me think of that, and so it kind of feels like a reference to it. But yeah, there's this area in the trailer that I'm very curious about locating. I also would like to find more recipe books. Not that I know where to begin looking for those. This Kindred of Rot is intriguing to me. I think I want to go explore the Rao ruins a bit more thoroughly. I feel like I'm missing stuff in there. But yeah, there's this area where I'll actually switch to that. Big sword. I'm getting pretty decent damage out of it, actually. This is more of a quality weapon. But I would like to find it because it seems like there's an entire boss fight and potentially a zone that I'm missing. And I cannot fathom where they're located. Part of what's got me so confused. I also would like to find this monk character, and I wish I remembered where I got the thing from. Well, that's a lethal fault. Wait, why do I have a... Oh. This sword has an inherent increased damage received debuff on it, doesn't it? Weapon used to endure enemy attacks and reply with one's full fury. When attacking the wielder is less likely to stagger from counterattacks, but will also take increased damage. Yeah, there's a Data Car's Woe icon going on. Well, that 1,000 runes is probably forfeit. Not guaranteed, though. Yeah, it's up on the branches. I'm not going to bother getting it. It's just not a big deal. I feel a little bad about wasting the 800er, but again, it's just not a big deal. But I'd like to be able to locate this area. Well, that was good damage. Pot Man, give me your pot. I think I already took out Pot Man. I never did defeat this. Well, I've repaired that particular oversight. That's not a special Pot Man over there. You might take more damage, but you don't take that much more damage. That was a good dash attack. You know what I want now is I want a script. I prefer the one-handed moveset, actually. It's got broader attacks. This is a jerk up on the root. There you are. Yeah, that heavy dash attack is crazy range. Scorpionville. Are we done here? Maybe I should pull this thing out. It's very precise in the way that all of the katanas are very precise feeling in this. I think that's the guy who just throws pots at people. This is an important pot person, though. 3 spirit calculus. They have a glowing pot. They are treasure bearers. I don't... This is the spot that I think... Yes. I looked at and didn't go through. Well, that hurt Torrent, not me. Who gave this guy spins? Okay, this reminds me of the Greatsword moveset on horseback. Let me feed Torrent. Four rounds of that should be good. Guess who was right? Me. I've been extremely impressed with Ancient Death Rancor. He's just done a spectacular job of dealing damage. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. I got more somber weapons to upgrade. Whatever this was, it feels like it was significant in some ancient, forgotten past. Don't trust you guys. Throwing daggers. If there's a friggin' hole in the floor, chances are really good I'm gonna go careening off of it. Okay, I have been over there because there's obviously sites of grace that I've taken. Hi. Friggin' grab. Well, I healed right before getting grabbed. Can't see crap, Captain. Oh, well, got my bleed proc. There's a Scotty tree fragment. Okay, I can drop down over here. That probably will be warranted. I'm going to examine this floor a little bit more before I do that. Pick up some more burrows. Excuse me. My eyes are feeling weirdly dry or sensitive or something at the moment. I don't know why that is. Kind of random. Okay, so to the lights and then whatever, north, I guess. I'm real glad I managed to hop off Torrent there. I wasn't specifically trying to, but kind of yeeted Torrent out from underneath me. Okay, that's where I came in. More area over here. What am I supposed to do with all these glass shards? It's like... It's what they put when they want to put an item somewhere, but don't actually want to put an item somewhere. Where... Okay, now I need to heal myself too. Well, at least that guy had the good graces to return my flask charge. Oh man, Ancient Death Rancor, you are fantastic. It's a really good counterpart to Shard Spiral, honestly. Oh, Spider Scorpion Ashes. Nice. And then some livers. I don't know where that... Okay, that light is coming from... We wanted a light source here. That's where it's coming from. Which... You know what? I have a safe moment. Go and read about these. Ash Remains use to summon Spirit of Spider Scorpion. The scorpion is larger than a human and attacks with pincers and a poisonous tail. It appears some distance from the summoner. This breed of scorpion was native to the realm of Shadow, but was far smaller in size. Excuse me. Recent giant scorpions are said to trace back to the Church of the Bud. That makes sense. Couple of dew gems. Okay. Yep. So let's see where over here is. There's a non-zero chance that I've already been over here. I should note. Blood Fiends. Of course, it's Blood Fiends. Or Blood Fiend, one might say. How's two of those do? There's a few more. Slight overkill, that's okay. This possibly could drop down to here from above, and that's the main point of this little section. Yeah, drop down to here from up there. Oh, there's a burrow over here. The best place to get giant firefly heads is behind the Commander O'Neill fight arena. There's an area where there's the Ring of Light Astrovore that you can put on like a spear halberd or whatever that flings rings of light. It's very, very good. But in that area you can find a bunch of giant dragonflies that are way easier to hit. That's a really good spot to go for them. Okay. You could get up from here. I haven't been down here as evidenced by the wasps. Ow. Or by this item, I should say. I've been enjoying this, but I'm gonna swap this over to my frost bottle. I'm doing a lot of torrent fights. Okay, so there's a spot up / down, potentially over there. Perfume bottles are so good from torrent. Okay. I'm very curious to see where this goes. What was the sparkle icing over here? Oh. May have just been that guy being utterly frozen. I see that burrow. Am I doing anything with them right now? Nope. But do I want to have them on hand? Yes. I feel like I've been through here already, though. I think I came down that other hole. Yes, because this led out. I recognize this. And this room had an item, but didn't really go anywhere else. I've already looted down here. The fact that you can do charge R2s or like or whatever so effectively, like the perfume bottles are just so good from Torrent's back. It's crazy. Yeah, and there was an item or something up there that I got when I first came back down here. And then this leads out. So I've already been on the other side of this, and I just didn't explore the other area. Yes, because here's the area with all the snails. Because I've looted that area now, I'm going to take this off the map. Did this have anything else going on here? Or was it just that drop down the vent? Seems like it's just the drop down. They have been fairly good in this DLC about providing multiple routes to get to areas, particularly more important ones, which I've really appreciated. It's been a good part of the design. You think these ruins are maybe a little like lacking in graces underneath here, but yeah, and then this comes back over here. Okay. That was one guess for where something relevant may be. The thing is, for all I know, that guy is something that you fight in a later phase or something after doing this fight. So it's not like I can know for sure until I beat that one. But it does feel like an entire area, and it feels like an entire area like that should be like somewhere, you know? What is this right here? Okay, you know what we're going to do? The Divided Falls, so it's south of Divided Falls. I'm going to go back to the Round Table Hold to do something with my 128,000 runes. By something, you know exactly what I mean, if you've been watching this far. I'm going to buy those. Let me actually check, because I know I have the Wing of Estelle that's been taunting me. Yeah, that needs an 8 and a 9. That needs all of them. That needs all of them. That needs another 9. Okay. Nine, and then I actually want to... let's just... Okay, let's go get some of those finished up, because they're annoying me for not being finished up. Hey, Rodrigo. I have a new thing to upgrade also there, so I need to remember that. There you go, Wing of Estelle. Happy now? Yeah, because that needs... Man, there's so many friggin' new somber weapons. I don't mind, I just wish they'd give me a great deal more somber stones. This also needs a 9. There we go. I don't know how much I even will be using this, but interesting. I'd go up to B scaling on the max upgrade. I mean, it's a decent bump for sure. Somber stones are more important than regular ancient smithing stones as well for some simple mathematical reasons. Just they count for more percentage-wise. But I should not be running Carrion Sovereignty on that one as well. It's just not a ideal weapon for it. Scout Shot Throw is fine. I think I'm going to put Carrion Sovereignty back over onto that one. I don't remember what the difference between those two was, to be quite frank. This feels very similar to that. Garner Stinger of Scarlet Rot. From blow to stab the enemy, landing a follow-up attack on a foe already inflicted with poison or rot deals massive damage in one fell swoop. Yeah, but it ends the condition. It feels like these are doing the same thing. So I kind of want to take that off of the rapier for favor of something else. I do like Vacuum Wave. I think Vacuum Wave is really cool. Let's just go with this. It's good. Honestly, I actually quite like having this on it, so I'm just gonna go put poison on this. Otherwise, I think I'm fairly happy with where things are at the moment. That Pestglaive is probably getting moved around, but that's okay. I already have a Michelin sword with a thing on it, but whatever. Okay. I just have so many of these. Oh, I've got 10 grand. Actually, I can just get one of these and take one of those and call it good. Okay. Now then, I wanted to go into the Abyssal Forest, Divided Falls, and head south. See if I can find something down that way. Sure, why not? Okay, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to head south or not. And I'm also not sure how much it would be wise to switch to a different armor set that suppresses my noise, because I don't know how much of a problem things are going to be. But if the thing I'm looking for is anywhere, it does feel like it's going to be here. Okay, feeling pretty good about a poking weapon here. I can use from behind my shield. I want to get over there. You see what this is? This is some Eyes of Yellow. Eyes of Yellow, which happen to glow a nice, brilliant red, because that makes sense. It was one of those things that took me a while until I said the name out loud to realize the pun they were doing. It's okay. So, like, as somebody who names stuff because of doing game design, let me tell you right now, there's a lot of, like, ways of trying to make that work. And one of the big ones is, I don't know, let's just call it what it is and then spell it funny. I have not been over here, though. I can tell you that right now. Just first of all, the Eyes of Yellow were there, which is an extraordinarily sure sign of that. But yeah, but this weapon couldn't take. Yeah, it doesn't take an Ash of War. You can tell if something takes an Ash of War based upon whether or not it has the Ash of War icon to the left of the weapon icon. Those who somehow didn't know that, you can identify that. Yeah, I just never thought to come south down here. Okay. I'm going to stay on this upper path for the time being, as I'm able to at any rate. This area is very spooky. Ow. Okay, that's the general direction I was wanting to go anyway, though, so I do need to kind of maybe go down at some point. Go over there. Given that that is where I put my objective marker over there. Yeah, I'm almost positive now that this is where the spot that I've been trying to or been like, I haven't found this place yet. I'm almost positive this is where it is. The vibes are absolutely correct. Right on the trailer. Yep, this is it. This is the place I was like, where is that place? I haven't found it yet. How have I not found it yet? Well, it turns out there's a whole southern area. The spooky woods to the abyss. Very different take on an abyss compared to Dark Souls, but that's fine. What are we? What? What am I even looking at? They look like birds with madness beaks. Okay, well, everyone, I have found a new area. Aha! Exactly as I thought. Site of Grace, just inside. Okay, this might be just having recently watched a bunch of Final Fantasy VII stuff. We'll look at that craftable item, or crafting item in a moment. This is giving me Shinra Manor vibes. Okay. Excuse me. Had a cough.
Come no closer. No closer. The madness.
Midra's Manor, Shinra Manor, you know, same diff. Not really at all the same thing. Exceedingly rare to find, yeah, that makes sense. An eyeball of the frenzied flame that is swollen from within. Used for crafting items, exceedingly rare to find. Marked with fingerprint burns, proof of having been touched directly by the three fingers embrace. Now that is a brilliant bit of storytelling right there. We saw the lead up to this place. That's what it used to look like. And now this is what we've got going on because of the madness. I welcome you, O uninvited guest. But I must warn as you venture in, heed the words of our great master, Midra. Approach not the madness, lest ye succumb. Okay. Ah, yes. And I can get this up. It can still go higher. I imagine that just needs 5 to max out, but it wouldn't surprise me if this maxes out at 20 and the other at 10. I would certainly like to get there if I can. It'll make that boss fight against Razan much easier. Can I open from this side? Well, that's inconvenient. And the painting was an illusory wall. Call it a hunch. You know what this also reminds me a little bit of is Aldia's Manor from Dark Souls 2, except in significantly worse shape. Oh, that's... At some point in time in there, it would have been nice if I could have gotten my shield up. Or if more of my Ancient Death Rancors had hit. You know, either one. Okay. Well, at least my runes aren't very far. Pity we have to destroy that really pretty painting to continue, but here we are. I would very much like to golden hand this spot. Oh, this is going to have some interesting platforming in it. Torn diary page. Okay, that's... could be relevant. I'm curious about what it says, but not so curious that I'm looking at it right this second. I'm very curious how I'm going to find so many more Erdtree branches. I don't need illusory walls. Okay. Still really curious about where this is. Reminiscent of the painting Domain of Dragons. So it has got to be somewhere on the peak. This guarded page ripped from a diary bearing a passage written in a tremulous hand. I touched him, but only once. When he thrust his staff in my face, I brushed it aside. It was then that I touched him, the aging untouchable. Well, that is ambiguous as all get out. Golden Land does it again. Oh, yeah. I got his gauntlets and a friggin' somber 8 for my troubles, which is pretty rad. I think we can all agree. If I'm real lucky, he doesn't respawn. I do not want to find out how lucky I am. Pardon? Is that... What? I have so many silver horn tenders now. Four thin beast bones. That's the leftovers of their meal, I suppose. Okay, there's a ladder there. I think I want to be one-shotting these guys. Turns out this Divine Zweihander does a really good job of that. Another one of these jerks. Well, that was a nice trick. Damage on that is just solid. He didn't drop anything like a rude jerk. The mashing was bad. I could open up this. Yeah, this ladder. This area is hazardous to your health, that's for sure. You're just waiting to sneak up on people, aren't you? I was expecting another swollen grape, but I'll take that. I beg you, stop. Haven't I taken enough? We're not brethren, common in our line, and yet you offer only cruelty. I ask, what crime did great Midra commit? I wonder who he's talking to there. They spooked me by breaking boxes. Oh, that's what was going on. This jerk has some sort of frenzy pot. Surging frenzied flame. Yeah, like a good description of it. Use FP to spew frenzied flame. Spirit Grave stone burned by frenzied flame. Craft it. Uses FP to place a stone on the ground where it spews frenzied flames. Spirits are eternal, and yet frenzied flame melts them away regardless. No wonder the horn scent forbid the flame's use. Well, that's terrifying. Yeah, few more of them. No ladder to kick down there, which I was kind of hoping there'd be shortcut available, but man, the people who had to fill this with debris had a lot of work on their hands, that's for sure. Okay, I almost kind of want my katana up here, though. A long walk back to there. I'm really annoyed my Golden Lands didn't do more to deal with them. The problem is my Zweihander sweeps are going over their heads. Where I get to see if those guys respawn. Oh joy, they do. He really likes to drop his gauntlets. That one looks weird because of the fire. A lot of Silverhorn Tenders off of them, though. Good news is I can sneak past that guy over to the ladder. Which is really good news as far as I'm concerned, anyway. Hello, rune guy. $7,000, you say? Okay, well, if you want to farm those, apparently that guy's your ticket. Not too bad to get back to Ratland. I'm going to switch back over to this, though. Why are these rats so friggin' tanky? Well, at least I know that's not a lethal fall. My goodness, visibility in here is so bad. Guidecraftsman's book 3, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I don't see any shinies, so I'm going to assume I don't need to bother with anything more in there. Continue on with my way. Oh. That looks... Yep, that's got to be Midra. our boss. But first, a side of grace, won't you? Okay, I'm at the library right now. Looks like there might be able to go around behind this place also. Excellent. Let's see about upgrading the dancing blades. Man, my biggest complaint after Dark Souls 2 is a lack of unlimited quantities of final upgrade materials. Okay, I need, I don't know, like 2 grand. I just want to finish it so I don't get messed up with quantities when I next go buy stuff. Oh, I need 1,300, I think it was. Whatever, I'll just sell one of those and be good. There we go. The fact that I cannot get unlimited quantities of maximum upgrade stones at any point in the game is like, first of all, Dark Souls 3 really effed things over by requiring them for every type of weapon. So it used to be in Dark Souls 1 and 2 special upgrade paths. Twinkling Titanite did not require slabs. And Petrified Dragonbone didn't require a slab, and Demon Titanite did not require a slab. And then they introduced needing... I'm probably not going to use the Special Ash of Warren here. So they introduced needing... slabs. And like in Dark Souls 2, you could farm unlimited quantities of slabs as well. So they made it so that way... Okay, hang on. There's so there's a ladder you can take down. That lets you... Okay, so there's an area to navigate up. I'm going to want to do that at some point in time. But for some reason in Dark Souls 3, they decided, no, everything requires a slab to finish, which was, as far as I'm concerned, absolutely awful. And then Elden Ring made that mildly better, but the situation with Sombras is just... I think it's bad design. The twinkling method was way better. Do I want to mark this as the thing is, the map's worthless for in here, so marking, it's just too small of an area. I think Sombras should have followed the same pattern as Twinkling Titanite. I don't think it should have had tiered stones. I don't think that functions as well. But anyway, that's my own feelings on that matter. Couple swollen grapes there. And jerkwad shooting things at you from up high up. Can't quite reach from there. Okay. This library, such as it is, has seen far better days. Okay, seems like that's maybe consolation prizes if you fall off. But yeah, I think reinforcement is mechanically uninteresting anyway. But that's how I feel about any of these mechanics that are like designed just to make your numbers go up. I think stat upgrades are interesting because they configure what you can use up to a certain point. But I mean, I guess that's a decent reward for having to do this another time. 7s are pretty big for shadow runes. Okay, that's 30 grand. that's pretty reasonable. Climbing ladders is an excellent moment to drink some water because I only need one hand while doing it. I much preferred the reinforcement system in Dark Souls 1. I didn't play Demon Souls because I haven't had a console to play it on. Is that only good for getting over there? Okay, it looks like you need to take the side path. Good to know. I guess that was just down, wasn't it? Because the choices that you made each time you modified were interesting. So I thought that was more interesting than a Dark Souls 1 variant on the concept. And I felt as soon as they went over to infusions with Dark Souls 2, it became less interesting, although you still had some. It was fine. Dark Souls 3 is where it started to become like bleh to me. No, it's not at all what I was expecting. Oh, that's sliding over. So that does two things. One is that it opens up the space behind it where it looks like there was an area. But it also extends this far enough that I can jump over. Oh, there's a big boy down there. Nanya's torch. Okay, I am almost certain Nanya's torch is in fact a torch. But there's many things that I like about this game, but they're about Elden Ring, but there's a couple of things that I'd have big critiques of, and I think the weapon reinforcement system is one of them. What I would do, I think, is allow you to upgrade affinities. So like your standard weapon affinity that you apply with Ashes of War is probably what I'd have you upgrade. I'm not quite sure how I'd handle unique weapons, but that's how I'd handle standard weapons anyway. And yeah, or at bare minimum, I'd like them to give you something that lets you just buy infinite quantities of the maximum upgrade material. There's literally no reason for them to not do that I can think of. That is not where I look at the stuff I just got. So, was there... I don't think there's a crafting material that I was wanting to look at. I think I already looked at the grapes, yeah. But it's like, the reason why I'm not spending these is because I don't know what I want to spend them on yet. I'm just kind of hanging on to them. Like, this is a fairly incremental advantage. This is a much more substantial one. So I wish these numbers are swapped. But that's neither here nor there. Surging frenzied flame. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, I see. A record of crafting techniques left by a craftsman who served Midra, master of the manse, and Nanaya, its lady. His eyes were burned by the flame of frenzy. That makes sense. That makes sense. A torch made by attaching a dying flame of frenzy to a small spinal column. In a distant land, in an age long past, was born a man who failed to become the lord of frenzied flame. All that remains of him is cradled gently by Nanaya. Interesting. Feeble lord's frenzied flame. Hold the torch out in front and spit out frenzied flame. Afflicts those caught in its area of effect with madness, along with the user themselves. The skill will continue for as long as the button is held down. Can be used while moving. Interesting. Very interesting. Ooh, that guy dropped a revered spirit ash. Nice. I want to go down there at some point. Where does over here go? Oh. Well, never mind. I've gone over there now. Just a staircase. I like this axe. Nothing hidden by these heaps of trash, is there? Wonder where all this trash came from. Looks like a bunch of burned books, but some wood and other rubble. Excuse me. Cut myself off. Yeah, that was too distant to do real damage. This area has felt a little bit laggy, by the way, for anybody wondering. I've been noticing some frame dips and stuff like right in there. I am recording at 30 FPS, and I think I'm playing at 60, so you may not experience all of the bits of that I am noticing. Take that ladder. Another revered spirit ash. Was yes, the room up to the lever. How many spirit ash does that make me up to now? 3? I need 2 more for that, what I assume is the final level. Don't know where I'm going to find it, but that's okay. And I imagine this over here. Yeah, this is above. We'll see how this fight goes.
The depths of your foolishness!
This is where the real fight begins. Yep.
Enough. I have endured more than enough.
You couldn't have picked a...
Ask you forgive me, dearest Nanaya.
better spot to grab that. And we thought Fire Giant was Grizzly. I got my controller rumbling. Hello, Frenzied Flamehead. Welp. Midra, Lord of Frenzied Flame. No, I don't like this. Holy moly, how did I survive that? Hey, Melina, got any tips? Okay, this is a rad fight. This is a really rad fight. Okay, I'm gonna go spend these on upgrading the one great sword. That is a heck of a boss fight.
Oh, smitten.
I might upgrade that axe. Where's that great sword? Here it is. Excellent. And I have some to spare. Probably spend them on some regular smithing stones. My Zweihander is, yeah, upgraded pretty far. It's like, this is definitely more damage, but it's not like a ton more damage. It's what? 5 there, 6 there, so that's 11 physical and like 6 magic. It just doesn't matter very much, but this is like substantial. So some sombras really matter a lot more. Which is why I kind of want to hang on to them. And why I don't care as much about the regular ancient ones. Again, there's literally no reason for them not to give us an upgrade stone or a bell bearing that lets us buy infinite max tier smithing stones. There is zero reason. I mean, there's the Pestclave there that I could upgrade if I wanted to. Yeah, I need regular smithing stones for that. I'm going to upgrade the Serpent Bow, I guess. Sombras for this torch. I may upgrade this, though, because I am curious about it. At this point, though, I just need a lot of regular smithing stones. I mean, to be fair, the Ashes of War system is really cool. And that makes it totally worth it to upgrade regular smithing weapons. But okay. There's a couple of things that I would consider doing here. The first is, I think this might be less valuable than that. This is nice. I kind of want more of that, though, I feel like. And since I no longer have to care about my runes, I actually do quite like that combo, so I'm going to go with that. I might try using this Vihander against him. Not sure how much I feel like I need to be defensive versus go with a big offense.
Depths of your foolishness!
Okay, didn't know about that attack. Can see why I wanted more fire resist, though. He staggers pretty easily, at least that. Okay. Well, I was trying to heal there. Okay, I don't think I want to use this Vihander. I liked the stagger, don't get me wrong. But there are better ways to get staggered than use this Vihander. Excuse me. I mean, I'm probably going to use the Misery Card. Let's not fool ourselves, but... Let me grab this also.
Depths of your foolishness!
You grabbed me out of that? No, stop the Howl of Shibriri. Now the cutscene. Oh. Nope, need a little bit more FP. I used an Ash of War. Very ill-informed. I mean, since I'm on top of him, I'll pick him up. You know what I was killed by? The wall. It's a little annoying. Okay, don't get fancy during first phase. Just kill it. I do like this, though, for it. I'm not too worried about going madness, but I definitely wanted the insurance, so.
Depths of your fury.
Okay, don't do that. He can kill me very quickly. Very quickly. This is very good at taking down his first form quickly, though. So there's that. But you know what I bet would also work well? This. 270 to 341. They're kind of equivalent.
Depths of
The problem is he deals a little bit of fire damage. Still kind of learning his moveset. Watch as I do that sort of thing. Oh, I don't like that. Hey, you can avoid getting nuked by that. Okay, that was unexpected. Yep. Even with my increased resistance to madness. This guy is very wonky. This is not an easy fight. Not an easy fight at all. I wonder if rocks would be better. For stagger. Maybe.
depths of your
Phase 1 is trivial. Phase 2 is not. And phase 3 is even less. Ow. It's gonna blow. Okay. Well, my summons got it. I'm just glad somebody did, you know? Oh, that was a good bleed. Got him. Woo! Remembrance of the Lord of Frenzied Flame. Nice. Excuse me. Woo. That was a... I'm going to pick up this empty rune pile. That was a heck of a fight. That was a really cool one. Discussion Chamber. Interesting name. Remembrance of Midra, Lord of Frenzied Flame. As the golden barbs inflicted eternal agony upon him, Midra held fast to Nanaya's entreaty. Endure. The word was a curse. Cool. Well, I'm glad to have found that thing. Yay, one more level of arcane from all of those runes. That's really cool. I do want to explore behind the manse as well, if I can, but let's go see what I can get from a certain finger reader. I think we can all be curious about that. I'm curious. Nope, no new pieces of armor from any of that. I mean, that guy didn't really have much in the way of armor. Okay, so this is 41. Summons Lord of Frenzied Flame's head to spew frenzied flame. Midra's Flame of Frenzy. 2 slots, 41 faith. Incantation in praise of Midra, Lord of Frenzied Flame. Summons an apparition of the Lord's head to spew frenzied flame. This incantation can be used while in motion. The apparition will remain for as long as the input is held. Lord of Frenzied Flame shall take their torments, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, all melted away. Yet Midra, like others before him, was too weak to become a lord. Interesting. So you can do that. Or golden greatsword that once pierced the body of Midra, master of the manse, used by the Hornsent in the execution of a damnation like no other. The barbs that pierce the victim from within wind gently around the blade. Unique skill, Golden Crux. Leap up and skewer foe from overhead. If successful, the weapon's barbs unfold to excruciate from within. Else, additional input releases barbs in the area. There is something of the Golden Order in the sight of those fixed upon this crux. Interesting. It's a holy weapon. I'll go ahead and get this. Great Sword of Damnation, since I'm not going to be using that one on this character. More faith than I really expected to get here. Is it? Yeah, it is a Great Sword class. And what do you know? I happen to have a good number of runes left over, so I might even be able to upgrade it a good bit. Another thing that I'd do is if I was using this system, I'd make the stones cost a little bit less every single time. So if you're upgrading a bunch of things, eventually it just becomes free to do so. In terms of like just that cost. There we are. Definitely a strength faith weapon. My other character would like that a good bit more, but that's okay. I have a strength faith character. My first character is strength faith, you see. Okay. Well, I'm very happy about having located that, and feel a bit... what's the right word? I'm surprised I didn't think to look here earlier, I guess is the way that I'd phrase that. Also, I'm curious. I found 3 and 1. I'm curious where number 2 is. Yeah, I mean, this is just a great sword doing great sword things. Ah, I see. So the additional input made it go spewy out around it like that. This is a pretty neat one. If I could one-hand it, yeah, I'd have the typical swinging motion. I like that those wide swings a bit better than the two-handed one, but that would require me to get to 20 strength, and that's not really a goal. It does have a certain appeal, I admit. Why are some of these owls really glowy and others are not? See, like that one really glows. Maybe that one has a slumbering egg? Do you also have a slumbering egg? Yeah, I have no idea. That's very perplexing to me. It's possible that you just can't go back there. Kind of want to go scour the Dragon Peak now to see if I can't figure out where that painting is supposed to be. Yeah, I still can't torrent. I mean, I can hit the buttons, but it's like... Torrance is scared of the area. Which, like, can you blame him? It's a very spooky wood. It's just very large, and running through here is kind of a pain. At least we have infinite stamina out of combat. That makes it a little bit better. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, I didn't feel like that did anything interesting when I hit the enemy. Okay, well that worked. Otherwise, it's just a great sword. Bunch of those guys, and the mansion goes around over to here. Looks like you can't get behind it, unless there's some other secret to it. I'm gonna go north from the Cerulean coast. This gives me a view down into that area. I don't think I'm gonna see anything, to be clear. Torrent is not scared of nice blue flowers, so you know there's that too. That's good. Oh, you know what? I am scared of that guy. I wonder if it's possible to get down there from up here. It doesn't seem probable. Oh, I forgot to change my flask, so I'm not gonna try that right now. It looked like it might be possible to jump off the waterfall onto some rocks in there, but I think that's... If that is possible, I will be absolutely shocked. I still want to know where this friggin' monk is. Did they? Oh, they might have just renamed it straight up. Excuse me. No, that's just regular Fulgur Bloom. There's Fulgur Bloom, and then there's yellow Fulgur Bloom. And red Fulgur Bloom. And there's also Angry Sheep. Absolutely friggin' enormous Angry Sheep. Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, those are slow. Oh my goodness, he hits so friggin' hard. Who authorized this sheep? Can I employ it against the Elden Beast? Where'd it go? There he is. At the current going rate, he's going to die to lightning. Not my rocks, though, that's for sure. That thing is really flipping fast. Yeah, those are not catching up. I might be able to get it with a bow, though. Hang on, that's useless on Torrent now. Where's my... Okay, my ghost bolts. How much do I need to lead this dang thing? The answer to that question is yes, by the way. Ow. Okay. It's not really the outcome I was looking for, but okay, I accept. It ran itself off a cliff. Yeah, I don't think they implemented anything back there. Wow, is that? You know what I think that is? I think that's the drop from that giant sheep. Okay, they're not really worth anything in particular, and I definitely overtried on that one. I'm gonna take this enormous sheep icon for my map. I definitely feel like I'm... Well, I know that I'm... The thing that's bothering me is the sheer number of recipe books I'm missing, as well as the implication that there's around 9? What am I at? Yeah, there's around 9 Erdtree fragments. I just somehow have not found. The thing that I want most is because there's an implication of a recipe book, right? Excuse me. A recipe book able to make whirling fire, like fire tornado pots. I don't know what else they're going to call them. Take that. Found a round rock. Oh. What? Yeah, okay. I'm looking at that? Maybe? Okay, it's straight ahead. Oh, I'm looking at this right here, I think. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. And I'd very much so like to find it. But I'm also very much so not sure where to begin looking for something like that. I know I'm kind of just putting off doing the fight with the final boss. Or what I can only assume is the final boss. But also, it was extremely painful, so can you really blame me for wanting to do that? I just don't know where I'd look for that sort of thing, you know? There's definitely a lot more to explore in there. Well, a lot might be strong, but there's definitely more to explore in there. I don't know. The thing that's bothering me is where can I find the red sky where I actually have a view? I don't think there's anything here. I would love to be able to get this, but I don't have a way of getting that right now. Happy to have both of those, but... And there's just that. Maybe the painting's from somewhere in this general area. Or up there? Can I get up there? Oh. Oh, there's Igon's first cookbook. I have Moore's bell bearing. I forgot about that. Dragon Communion Grease and Dragon Communion Harpoon. Okay. Throw to inflict damage with anti-dragon effect. Yes, that's right. Strength weapon, that's for sure. Dragon wound grease and dragon communion grease. Solidified knot grease made from sharp gravelstone. Yeah, a tool of the old dragon communion warriors who were the agents of the ancient dragon's hatred for their low-born descendants. Yeah, makes sense. That's the thing, is like so many little nooks, you know? Huh. There's a red fulgur bloom over there. That's neat. Yeah, if there's a way up there. Excuse me. I suddenly find myself wanting the golden epitaph. Lightning sheep. The problem is this is too low and doesn't have the view I need. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, none of those are useful. That's not the right button. Yeah, no, those are definitely rocks. Good view of this Erdtree. I'm doing my best. And then the other stuff. The thing that's nice about this sword is that it doesn't need any other effects to lay the dead to rest. Infused with the humble prayer of a young boy, O brother, Lord brother, please die a true death. Turns out Miquella's prayer is very effective. Yeah, okay. That right there needs to be lower. Just physically lower. I'm gonna try climbing this dragon a little bit. I've been up it before, but I'm also going to stop at the thing and see about the grace and change my flask to be correct. Right now it is decidedly not. Yeah, okay, that leads down to the finger area. Yeah, that's the thing in sort of in between. So I've definitely been on parts of that. I just really like having the Twiggy tier in it for general exploration. Because it gives me a sense of safety. Yeah, this is the right feeling. The problem is I need to be a good bit higher up. Does sharp gravelstone respawn or something? Gnarly sound effects from crawling on that stuff, let me tell you. I don't know if it does or if I just missed it. Surely I had it before I climbed this the first time, right? No, surely it's not possible to get up there. Right? I feel like I did, though. This feels almost right. It's not quite. The spacing isn't quite right. Oh yeah, that's not at all right. It's very close, though. In terms of, like, it's more right than some of my other attempts have been. Oh, I got the buff on still. Oh, It almost felt like that could possibly work. I don't know. I feel like it's probably somewhere in this area, but it's difficult to find something that feels like it's the right angle. The problem. Yeah, because that tower is more obscured. So it's east of here. Because I need to have the Tower of the Shadow Keep more obscured by, I guess, Castle Ensis? Or maybe the Suppressing Pillar. I think it's Castle Ensis. And then this Erdtree Chalice, like this thing right there, needs to be more over the side. So I almost need to be somewhere more here-ish. But the problem is over this way, I had poor visibility. Yeah, this is too far over this way. Here's the Finger Ruins. Maybe it's somewhere in that lake area? Wow. Dragon's Collar Bloom. That's nice. Yeah, this is too low. I don't have a high enough view from here. See, this is part of the problem. Is this area is shockingly full of very low spots. They need to be high enough up for gravel stone. The fundamental problem of attempting to find this is I need to be high enough up that I can see it and east enough that I can have the correct angle. And finding somewhere that fulfills both conditions has proven to be extremely tricky. I kind of want to find a way up onto that ledge if there is one, but... I think they've done a good job of covering their bases. This isn't going to be the right spot anyway. I did make it up here, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, but you can tell, like, I'm way too down. That was a little bit of a drop. I don't know why I threatened that thing. Hefty Beast Bone is just not worth it. And this leads up to some dead. I do not like this sword. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't much care. So like I can go out this direction and that helps sort of with the issue, but not really. I could go out onto the wing and see if there's anything there that looks at all promising, though. The wing is, after all, a rather... Nope, 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 this isn't gonna work. You can see it's just the same classic problem. Those three things are all lined up. So I need to be further that direction. But that doesn't help because I need better height anyway. It's a rather open-mouthed look there, isn't it? No, not off it. Yeah, see, those are two lined up. From here, that and that are almost in line. So I definitely need to be more east. Somewhere in here or over here or something. The problem is over here was too low. Up here is high enough, but then the visibility isn't present. Maybe there's visibility a little bit further back still? Then over here felt like it was a little too far. Too far east. Yeah, see, here's the problem. This weather is absolutely atrocious, and it extends as far as the eye can see, by which I mean the eye can't see very far when it's in it. I can sort of make out the structures in the distance almost. And in terms of what I need positionally and geographically, this is closer. The problem is the more I climb the mountain, it doesn't exactly become clearer. This is a real head scratcher. I don't know where this could possibly be from. It's a bird. I don't know, y'all. I am deeply confused. Maybe I can head south and find somewhere that works. Worth looking. I'll take 500 more runes. Yeah, no. No, that does not work. It's got a really freaking good view of that tree. That's Black Keep. Castle Sepsis is way down. This feels like it has to be like way back here somewhere. It feels fanciful, like it's a painting that couldn't actually exist unless there happens to be like a spot where the storm isn't for some unknown reason. The thing about Jagged Peak is that like the storm doesn't get less in my experience. I don't know what those deer are doing up here. And then you get more inside and in caves and narrow passages and stuff. So it's like none of this feels like anything that's going to lead towards finding this artist's spot. Now, to be clear, I do want to find it. I'm just not sure how that's going to happen. Hang on. I'm going to swap this over to a fire weapon. No, I want my... Yes, that guy. So I'm going to put my physical damage negation back on. I want fire stuff because there's some slimes. I would really like fire perfume. I'm probably reaching the point where I would consider starting to look up the locations of some stuff and... Okay, that was weird. If I'm being honest, like... Basically, I'm getting kind of close to being done. Wants to kill some slimes. It's slime hunting time. Ooh, you know it'd be fun. Mesmer's assault. Oh yeah, no, that was good times. These slimes are crazy tanky. Even so. I'm surprisingly good at missing them. Blood Flame would do better, but Blood Flame doesn't do a whole lot of raw damage. It's more the bleed procs and the staggers that make it good. Or for Blood Boon, I mean. These are still a superior way of dealing with those. They did not have good drops for me today. That's okay. Yeah, and then this just leads up to the boss arena. Okay, so I cannot fathom anywhere in this upper part of the peak, Santiax Arena onwards, that this painter could possibly be. Excuse me. And Blood Boon does good work against these guys anyway. Yeah, there's some more sharp gravel stone that I don't need. I don't think I've killed Class 6 on this character yet, though. I definitely feel like I've done a reasonable job of scouring this mountain peak. Part of the problem is where I'm at right here, I need to be able to see north. And, I don't know about you, but I can't see diddly squat north but a giant red storm. So unless that feels like letting up, and it shows no signs of it. Really gross noises that are happening from walking over these dragon corpses, and I don't know how well that's being picked up, but yeah, it's a little uncomfortable sliding there, you know, your usual deeply uncomfortable sliding. weirdly quiet. Like, I know you could go over here because this dragon's collar bloom was over here. You know? I'd avoided falling down here previously, so... There it is. The storm clears when you get right here. Rockheart. Okay, that belongs in the consumable items category. That is a heck of a view. So if you happen to get into this exact spot right here, storm clears and you can see. I imagine this is a reusable item. Yeah. Rockheart turns human frame into ancient dragon and boosts dragon communion incantations. And boosts dragon cult incantations. Dragon cult is lightning. Heart consumed in the ancient original form of dragon communion. In the ancient original form of dragon communion. Interesting. Use while disrupt to turn one's human flesh into an ancient dragon. The change cannot be undone except by death. Using this heart while already transformed temporarily boosts dragon communion incantations. Last thing the partaker saw with human eyes was a sunset. Its colors faded and tarnished. A remote thing from eternity. Wow. So that building over there is the Fort of Reprimands, I think. The cathedral is over that direction, but I think it's hidden from view. Yeah, there's a black keep, that structure, and then the tree. Well, I am very happy to have found that. Incredibly difficult painting to locate, but I have done that now. I feel like I've tied up a ton of loose ends. And yet... Okay, so you can probably take that over this direction as well, or you can just drop down. Okay, good to know. It's very cool that there's a spot where the storm clears and you can actually get a view out. There's the spiral tower. Yeah, and that's the Karam area down there. The things that I kind of want most at this point are like blessings and recipes, though. I want to see about that structure over there. The thing is, I'm not sure where to find recipe books because it's not like they have... Yes, that structure right over there. It's not like they inherently have anything really informing you of their whereabouts. Well, that thing is intimidating. Let's see. Be able to go off over here. Anything down here? I remember this place because I remember all of the owls. I have been over here. Did I go down to that lower area, though? Hi. Can I? Yes. That is a heck of a jump, but I can. I think I've been over here, though. I have not been over here. Aspects of the Crucible bloom. Oh, sweet. I'm going to have to look at that, but... No. I had not been over here. Also, that was an item that I really wanted. I'm, like, almost certain of it. What is this? Scarlet Bud, that makes sense. Looks like there's plenty of stuff over here for me to find, in fact. No, no. Big one, please. That's right. I forgot that through. Okay, let's check out, actually, what it says about aspect. Crucible bloom. It creates Miranda flower on chest to summon Rain of Light. Aspect of the Crucible discovered in the ancient ruins. Creates a Miranda flower on one's chest before calling down a Rain of Light, charging increased potency. In an age long past, before this land was enshrouded in shadow, the vitality of the Crucible flourished. Metaphysical hippopotami. In the ancient ruins. I was hoping for a liver, honestly. I don't trust boars. This is lovely out here. Well, that's a really good Breath of the Wild impression. That is a compliment, by the way. Breath of the Wild has gorgeous sunsets and sunrises. Like, absolutely flabbergastingly beautiful. I feel like I remember this area. This area is where I was obsessed with going up instead of down. Got smacked on the head several times. I used my flask already. Yes, I remember this spot. all too well. And Sir Sparkly Pot. Dog. Oh, that was a nice card counter. Hmm. They've really taken a liking to making spikes erupt out of the ground. I am noticing. Yeah, and there's that sealed spirit spring that I still have not figured out how to unseal. It would be nice to be able to do so. Not what I would consider vital, however. That dog's swaggered on me. We are. Okay, so now I've been over to that area and it was good. Maybe there's more there. I can't help but feel like I'm missing something over in these ruins of Unte. Do something with my enormous rune pile. I want more regular upgrade stones. Got several weapons that want them. Actually, check. Yeah, because Dane's footwork needs regular ones. And that shield needs regular ones. No, that was I've got plenty of. There we go. Uses those up pretty well before I go into an area where that's going to get me killed. I don't know why I feel like there's got to be something more here. But all of these destroyed things makes me feel like there must be. Although, before I worry about that, I do want to swap out pest threads, I think. At some point in time, I want to try that tornado. I want to try aspect of the crucible bloom. Yep, I mean, that is exactly what I wanted it to do. Can't complain about that. I keep feeling like there should be some way inside of this structure. And something to find in there. This is very similar to the one ruin that had a small little hole in the back. But of course that doesn't mean that they set this one up the same way. Ow. That hurt Torrent's feetsies. I know I've been around this already. But like... I wonder if this is covering that hole. Well, if there is a way in, it is extremely elusive. I think part of what's particularly irksome, I suppose I'll say, about this spot is that it's quite feasible to get over here, but that enormous furnace does not actually allow you to get inside. Now, this doesn't mean there's anything of actual note in there, although I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of something, something. Yeah, there's some flowers. Cool. But because of the way you just slide off of that, it's not provide a way in. Okay, hang on. I accidentally leapt off of that thing by using B to go out of the telescope, assuming I'd backstep, and instead Torrent yeeted me backwards. Or yeeted me forwards, which like makes perfect sense, but like there's no way that that's useful, right? Like I've leapt onto there a number of times. Oh, that, you can't even stand on that. This is a deeply profound mystery. The thing is, I feel like if I was going to pick an area where I was going to put a book that lets you craft something that destroys giant flame guys more readily, I would absolutely put it in the spot where I'd also put a bajillion broken flame guys, right? Like, that's just logical, yeah? Or some other obscure area, I suppose. This is from software we're talking about. That's tantalizing. It does not actually grant access. Very dark at the moment. Oh, I didn't do what I wanted to do. Oh well, that's okay. And it may be that you're not even supposed to go up inside of there. That's quite frankly feeling extremely probably the case. But I can't help but want to get in there, you know? I think the thing that's especially frustrating is it feels like you ought to be able to climb up there. But you just can't quite. You can't quite use that guy as a platform. It feels like he should be a platform, but he's not. Ugh, didn't even get the jump off. Oh well. Well, that's a profound mystery. With no clear solution. Well, I think this is where I'm going to need to wrap up for today. With a big head scratcher. And no sense of how to get there. But I did find the thing that I was looking for, and for that I am extremely glad. So, actually, you know what I'm going to do before wrapping up? I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to look down to see if I can see inside, just to see if I can see anything down there. That might be, oh, I don't know, item glowy shaped. Right, looking the other way, in fact. Okay. Over the edge over here. This must be another larval tier spawn point. Okay. No more wolves to harass me. I am correct. Well, they definitely gave an appearance to the area. Can't say otherwise. But I also did not see... There's no obvious item glows. It would be nice if there's a way down there, but you know what? You know what? There is a way down there. Okay, Torrent. We're going on a crazy man's jump. Whee! Okay, that kill planes pretty quickly. I don't know that there's actually anything in there. I just want there to be. I want there to be something for me to loot. Okay. Well, I feel like I'm going to need to explore some other areas a little bit more thoroughly. Be able to find the things that I want. I'm not really sure what that will entail, but it certainly will not entail doing it this episode. So, thank you for watching the session. I really do appreciate it. I hope you do well, and until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.